All right, everyone. So let's start. So many participants. Thank you all for joining this webinar. I'm Olivier. I'm Nowtech Managing Director. For those who are less familiar with us, we are the leading provider of video collaboration solution for organization since 2004 and Zoom partner in Israel since 2015. We also offer industry-leading hardware solution for hybrid workspace. We have a webinar tradition at Nowtech. This is our fourth webinar in 5 months and the last one for 2022. As part of this tradition, we present new features and products alongside our Zoom colleagues. This time, we also have our Nueva colleagues with us. So let's go through housekeeping quickly. As you can see, this is a webinar. It means that you can see and hear me, but I can't see and hear you. There is a Q&A option on the toolbar. Use it for general questions. We'll do our best to answer as many questions as possible by the end of this session. You'll find the show captioned option on the toolbar as well, so use it for Hebrew subtitles. This webinar is recorded, so feel free to pass the video on to colleagues and friends. We will send the recording. If you want to schedule a meeting with us, you will find the scheduling link in the chat on the toolbar. So let's dive right in. These are our guests. Hello, Poliana Vieira. She's Zoom Room specialist at Zoom. Hello, Polly.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
And we have Andrea Olsen, International Channel Manager for Nueva. Hello, Andrea.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you all. So this is our agenda for today. We will go over the Zoomtopia 2022 recap, the big event that happened at Zoom 3 weeks ago and 2 weeks ago in Europe. We will go over the Zoom Room workspace reservation with Poliana. And then we will go over the HDL 300, the revolutionary pro audio solution from Nueva. And then we will take question and answer. So let's get started. Last month, Zoom celebrated its annual event called Zoomtopia. It's a hybrid event in San Jose, in Silicon Valley, same city as Zoom headquarters. And I had the privilege of being there. Like always, it was Zoom's opportunity to announce its up-and-coming features and products. 2023 is going to be an awesome year for Zoom and at Nowtech as well. There is a lot of going on. Zoom is more than a video meeting software these days. It's a software-proof organization communication platform that keeps expanding and offering a seamless experience. Zoomtopia most notable announcement was Zoom Mail and Calendar. In one single app, you have email, calendar, chat, phone, and much more. Let's face it, moving between two platforms is annoying. Also, these days, organizations are more aware of toggle tasks, the time you spend moving from one application to another. Every single move may only take 2 seconds, but these times adds up. As you know, hundreds of times a day. Zoom Mails saves this precious time and offer a more efficient workflow. This is Zoom Calendar. You can see your full calendar, not just future Zoom meeting and webinars, via Zoom Desktop. This is the major breakthrough for Zoom. Zoom announced Spots, a hybrid co-working space made for non-formal chats. Zoom is recreating an atmosphere of co-working for remote and hybrid workers. Much like a corridor, small talk, or coffee break discussion, it's also a nice feature to keep colleagues connected on project. In meeting chats and team chats coming together in one place. It's two different chat tools. In meeting chat is the chat that you use during meetings, and team chat is Zoom instant messaging tools from your desktop client or mobile app. Until now, these two platforms were not synchronized, and you had to keep in mind to ask your colleagues to send messages mid-meetings via team chat, so they won't be lost by the end of the meeting. It means creating a seamless workflow and managing key issues before, during, and after your Zoom meetings via team chat. I encourage you to test it. It is a great app. Message scheduling is ideal for aligning with a team member time zone, working hours, and out of office plans, or simply for those who don't want to send emails or to send messages before and after hours time. Like I said, Zoom is all about a seamless, multifunctional communication solution. Zoom One offering provide versatile tools to help team communicate and collaborate fluidly. With enhancement across team chat, whiteboard, room, phone, meetings, and more, it's easier to connect, stay organized, and get work done. We support Zoom holistic approach at Nowtech, and we're happy to guide you through the complete Zoom platform. It's coming soon at Nowtech. This feature is for IT specialists. Zoom Mesh is Zoom's own eCDN solution made to optimize network bandwidth. It can be launched right for the Zoom client with minimal buffering or delays while optimizing bandwidth. There are also two popular tools that are coming up soon to Nowtech. Zoom IQ, which is a conversation intelligence platform for sales team, made to analyze sales video meetings and provide multiple useful insight using AI. It's already available in English, and it will be available in Hebrew in the near future. Zoom Contact Center, a video-first, omni-channel customer service platform that's fully integrated with the Zoom ecosystem. There are also many Zoom Room updates that are worth mentioning. We have Pollyanna with us. She's Zoom Room specialist. Polly.
Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Good morning for a few people. Good afternoon from my side of the world. I'm based in Amsterdam, and I work as a Zoom Rooms specialist covering the EMEA region. And we support Nowtech when it comes to the Zoom Rooms product. I'm trying to move the slides here, just 1 second. Sorry, guys. So I know most of you here attending today have heard about Zoom Rooms, but I would like just to say some words on what is Zoom Rooms, because after this slide, we're going to be deep diving more on the workspace reservation piece of the solution. So Zoom Rooms is basically a software-based system that enable physical spaces to host meetings. So the most traditional way is to have some conference rooms, right? Some meeting spaces, but more and more we see other use cases. So we see a lot of customers using Zoom Rooms in open spaces, on cafeteria area, on all hands, on healthcare, on law. A lot of legal institutions are using Zoom Rooms. We have courtrooms that are fully equipped with Zoom Rooms. Universities doing hybrid learning as well. So there is absolutely no limitation, right? Our software can enable any space of any size. Of course, Nowtech will be your local advisor on what is the best solution based on your use case. But there is absolutely no limitation when it comes to Zoom Rooms. You can do so much with our solution. But today the focus specifically will be what we are calling now the Zoom Spaces. So we are no longer classified just as a Zoom room because we don't want to be considered just a solution for conference rooms, but as I mentioned, for different spaces. But today, specifically on the wheel, on the green piece of the wheel, I will be covering the workspace reservation. That is a functionality that comes included with Zoom Room licenses and can also be purchased completely separate. So just moving forward a little bit. Workspace reservation. So you probably, if you have used Zoom Rooms or if you have heard about Zoom Rooms before, you know that you are able to book rooms from your calendar using the calendar integration, or also using the scheduling displays that you will deploy on your conference rooms. But going beyond the conference rooms, we also now can offer the ability for you to reserve desks on your organization. So I will just continue moving forward here, and then I will explain a little bit more in details on how the experience can look like. So the goal is to have a high-level booking experience. So we would like everybody to be able to see which desks are available, right? And how can you do that? You can see from your Zoom app. You can also see from the Zoom portal. And also you are able to book from anywhere, right? If you are home, still going to the office, you can book that in advance. But if you are also in the office and you would like to leverage your digital signage, for example, or your scheduling displays in order to book a desk for you, this is also possible. I will show a little bit further in this presentation how this will look like on your end. You are able to book, as I mentioned, and you are able to check in as well. So as soon as you arrive in your desk that you have booked for yourself, you will be able to check in using a QR code. And start working, right? Use your desk, and then you also have the ability to check out with our solution. So talking about the checking, right? You have two options. You have the ability to check in with hardware or without hardware, and I will cover that as well. But as I mentioned to you, where you can reserve a workspace, as I mentioned, at home, you can use your Zoom app that you are familiar with today. You go to the workspace reservation. Your organization can upload a floor map, right, where you'll be able to see all the desks that are available. You will be able to see the avatars as well, where your colleagues are working, and you will be able to select your desk from the Zoom app. You can also select that from the browser, from the zoom.us. Also, if you're leveraging the kiosk or a virtual receptionist and you have a device on your reception area, you're also going to be able to leverage the touch display as a display for you to select a desk in your office to work, or also leveraging the scheduling displays that you have in your rooms. So from any display, you will be able to book any other Zoom room or desks available to be booked in your organization, giving a lot of options, so the employees have no excuse to not have like a desk booked for themselves. So as I mentioned, you can use Zoom Rooms workspace reservation without any extra device. So in that case, you will need to have a printable QR code on the desks, and you will be able to just book, check in with the QR code, and check out as well. But for a better experience, the hardware-enabled spaces are the most recommended ones. So in that case, you can have a Zoom Rooms appliance, or you can also have a Zoom Phone appliance in the desk. So once the employee go to the desk, as you guys can see here, a D10Me is an all-in-one solution from D10. You will be able to scan that QR code from your Zoom app, and that will become your personal device for the day. So as soon as you check in, you will be able to see all your meetings on if you have a Zoom Phone license, your contact list will be exported. So this device becomes your personal device for the day, can be used as an external monitor as well. And then once you check out, your data won't be saved. So it's completely safe to use when it comes to the data requirements. Workspace reservation on the app, as you guys can see, it's pretty much straightforward. Everything that looks green is available. You can select your desk or a Zoom room. You can select the time that you would like to book that space for yourself, and that's it. Then you just click reserve. On the phone, it looks very similar as well. It's the same experience. As you can see on the left-hand side, you can see the Zoom app, and then you have the workspace reservation option there. And then in order to give you guys a better visual understanding on how the workspace reservation works, we have this video that was done to market this product, but it sounds extremely simple, but it is very simple for the end user, but also talking about the management aspect, like for the IT departments, you know, the advantage is that they have all in one solution, right? So they don't need to deploy an extra application or an extra software in order to manage the desks. They will be able to manage the rooms and the desks from the same dashboard that they're used to. And you can create reports as well, like where the sales team would like to sit the most, is on the 50th floor, is on the 60th floor. So all these analytical aspects as well, you will be able to export from the Zoom portal. That really makes the people that manage all the infrastructure in the office, makes their lives much better, right? Because now they have a single application that they can use to manage everything. I'm gonna play the video.
Whether you're returning to the office, working from home, or a combination of the two, accommodating flexible work styles is key. Organizations also need to provide an intuitive, flexible, and secure experience for employees in the office. Workspace reservation brings all this together by enabling users to book desks and spaces directly from an interactive map. Let's take a look. Let's say you're planning to come into the office next week and want to book a space in advance. From your desktop, you can open a map of the office and see which spaces are available, from touch devices and phones to an empty desk. You can even see where your colleagues are sitting that day. It's easy to select and book a seat. Or even better, you can ask Zoom to recommend a seat for you. Zoom's built-in intelligence will help select the best seat based on things like your preferences and even which of your frequent collaborators might be in the office that day. When you arrive in the office, a map of the floor plan is displayed using a Zoom Rooms kiosk. If you didn't book a seat already, you can easily find and reserve a seat using the interactive touch display. Once you book your seat in advance, you can pull up your mobile phone to help guide you to your desk. At your desk, the Zoom Rooms appliance or Zoom Phone appliance shows that it's reserved for you. You can easily scan the QR code with your phone to confirm your check-in. Now, the desk transforms into a personal space, fully customized for you. It has your calendar and your contacts, so you can quickly go on with your work. It's just like bringing your home office with you. And at the end of the day, you are automatically signed out, so your data is never left behind. Workspace reservation will help you build dynamic offices that streamline workflows and empower employees. With a seamless setup and device-agnostic flexibility, you can create the frictionless hybrid workspaces your teams need to succeed.
Very simple and straightforward, right? As everything in Zoom. Very easy to use. I know we're going to have a Q&A in the end of this call, but unfortunately, I won't be able to stay here until the end of this call. So I just want to say, before I pass the microphone to Andrea, that if you have any questions, I'm staying for 5 minutes more, and I'm happy to answer your questions as well through the Q&A here. And now it's with you, Andrea.
So actually, before we move to Andrea, there is a question, Perliana. There is a question if we can use workspace reservation for someone who doesn't use Zoom Room.
Yes. So you can purchase workspace reservations completely separate. So you don't necessarily need to have Zoom Rooms. And that will be one license per desk that you would like to enable with that functionality.
Okay, all right. Moshe is asking if the virtual receptionist is part of the workspace reservation.
That's a very good question. No. So basically, workspace reservation, it's part of the Zoom Rooms. It comes included with the license, but it's a separate product. The virtual receptionist is what we call the kiosk mode. So you can enable any physical space with a Zoom Room license. In that case, you will be using that space for meetings, or you can enable that as a kiosk mode. So if you're going to enable your reception area, for example, you choose to leverage your Zoom Room license on the kiosk mode. And from that setup, you have then a virtual receptionist, maybe an IT department available, or like a delivery department as well available. There are different directories that you can use, but they are two different products. And if you have a touch display, like a D10Me, for example, in your reception area to be used on kiosk mode, you can also have the workspace in the same device. So you can use the same device for both functionalities, for virtual receptionist and also for a workspace reservation.
Okay, great. So I'm going to take the last question before we move to Andrea. And Doran is asking about how to connect to other communication platform rather than
That's
Zoom.
Another very good question. This question is more related to Zoom as a whole, as a product. So we understand that unfortunately the world is not yet 100% Zoom, right? So even though you chose Zoom as your platform, we understand that maybe you have customers that they would like you to join their meetings that are, for example, Microsoft Teams or Google, and knowing that, we are developing, and we already have some of those integrations available natively. So what that means for you, like for example, today with Microsoft Teams, if you need to join a Microsoft Teams meeting from one of your Zoom rooms, you can do that with the same ease of use experience that you have in a Zoom room. So in a Zoom room, the only action you need in order to join a meeting is to click a button that you will say join. So you will have the same ease of use experience for a Microsoft Teams meeting. You just invite your room for that meeting, and you'll be able to join that natively. Very soon, it's going to be available as well with Google Meets. This is the most recent one that we are launching, the native integration, but also with WebEx, BlueJeans. So basically, you are able to join any third-party meetings from a Zoom room.
All right. So, Purana, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We'll take some more questions later on after Andrea. So, thank you, Polly, and see you next time in our next webinar.
Yes, for sure. Bye.
So now moving on, we're moving to Andrea from Nureva. Nureva is Nowtech has been Nureva partner for years now, and we really like the pro audio solution of Nureva. We really believe in that solution. We always thought that audio is a big part of the meeting. Actually, it's sometimes usually even more important to being very well seen at first before being heard first before being seen. And Nureva has a very outstanding and revolutionary solution for pro audio. So, Andrea, please go ahead.
Wonderful. Thanks, Olivier. And hi, everyone, again. So maybe just a little bit of background about Nureva, because I think it plays a lot into our approach towards audio. So Nureva is founded by Nancy Knowlton and Dave Martin, who were the co-founders of Smart Technologies. They invented the first ever interactive whiteboard, the Smartboard, and put it in classrooms and meeting rooms around the globe. And through all of their experience, they found that there was a bit of a gap in terms of audio for both meeting rooms and classrooms. So about 10 years ago, they started Nureva with the hopes to create a more simple approach to audio, but still maintaining really great audio quality for the users in both meeting rooms and in higher education. So today I'll go through a little bit about Nureva's platform, and then I'll do a live demonstration of the solution as well. So Nureva's platform is made up of 3 different components. We have our microphone mist technology, which is the heart of all of our solutions. We have our hardware, our HDL audio conferencing systems. And then we have Nureva Console, which is our cloud-based management platform. And this allows you to manage all your devices from a single secure dashboard. Our team is continually to provide new firmware updates, which gives you access to new features and functionality just through firmware updates. So these are the 3 components that make up all of Nureva's solutions. At the heart of everything is our microphone mist technology. And this is our patented technology that's completely unique to Nareva. So there are no other companies, audio companies in the market that have the same technology as we do. And what microphone mist is we fill a space with thousands of virtual microphones so that wherever you are within a space, there's a virtual microphone that picks up your voice. And with this microphone mist technology, it's listening to all of the virtual microphones at one time. So it really gives that remote participant a more natural experience as if they were in the space with you. To give you an idea, just to kind of visualize what this looks like, if we look at some other technologies that you may be more familiar with in the market, like tabletop microphones and ceiling tiles, you'll see the blue there depicts where the audio pickup is. Of course, if you move outside the space, the audio pickup will diminish. Whereas with Nareva's microphone mist technology, there's a virtual microphone wherever you are. So it is true full room audio pickup, which of course helps a lot with today's environments where there may be more spaced out meetings, more interactive meetings where you may be working on a whiteboard. So with microphone mist, it doesn't matter where you are in relation to our hardware. You can move freely and there's that virtual microphone that picks you up. Sorry. In terms of our hardware products, we do have a range of solutions from small to large meeting rooms and classrooms. We have our HDL 200, which is for smaller meeting rooms, 6 by 6 meters. Our HDL 300, which is the solution I'll be demoing for you today, for 7.6 by 7.6 meters. And then we have our dual solution, which is combining two of the HDL 300s to get even more coverage for 9 by 15 meters. So these audio solutions can cover small to large spaces, depending on the room sizes. Oh, apologies. What's unique about Nareva and our ability to cover these large rooms is our simplified approach. So with Nareva, to get coverage for a room 7.5 by 7.5 meter, all you need is our integrated microphone and speaker bar, our Connect module, which does a lot of our processing, and then it's a USB cable to your PC. So it's a really straightforward approach to getting that full room coverage. You don't need any external speakers. Those are built into the system. No need for a DSP. All of the processing is done within these two components for the system. If you were to have a dual, you would just add a second HDL 300 and connect it to the One Connect module. What's also unique about our solutions is we have a feature called continuous auto calibration. So if you change the layout of your room, the system will automatically scan the room and adjust accordingly. So you don't need to worry about extra programming or adjusting the settings. All of this is done automatically within our system. Especially in today's world where there's a lot more shared spaces and you may reconfigure the room, so change the layout of the desks. You never need to worry about reprogramming. All of that is done within the solution. So when we look at where Nareva really solves audio problems, it's in these medium and large spaces. You're able to get full room coverage with just two of the speaker bars without having to worry about extra wiring and cabling and complicated ceiling tiles. The system can be installed in less than an hour. We have features that really lend well to meeting rooms, corporate training rooms, and classrooms. Something like voice amplification mode, which will allow the primary speaker to wear a headset. You'll still get the full room coverage, picking up everyone's voice within the room, but while also simultaneously amplifying the instructor's voice. So Nareva's focus is really on these large meeting rooms and classrooms, delivering great audio quality, but keeping a simplified approach. The last part of Nareva's products platform is Nareva Console. This is our cloud-based management platform that allows you to manage all of your devices. Here you can see a dashboard that will give you an overview of how many rooms you've installed with Nureva's products, which ones have the firmware update and they're functioning well. Maybe you'll see a warning sign and that means you need to update the firmware, or if there's an issue that means that the cable's unplugged. So your IT manager is able to review all of this from a remote location for all of your devices. That way they can proactively let you know if there's some challenges in your room, so everything is up and running when you get there. You're also able to configure your devices through this platform. So you can adjust the settings in the microphone or the speakers, as well as access more features and update the firmware. With our firmware updates, this will allow you to get access to new features. I mentioned voice amplification mode. We've also recently released a new feature surrounding room analytics. This will provide you an overview of all your different rooms on room usage. So you can see how regularly meeting spaces are being used or classrooms are being used. If they're underutilized, what do you need to do to get those spaces being used more, as well as background noise. So it'll provide you an overview of how noisy those rooms are, which then can give your IT manager maybe some insights if they need to make some adjustments to the speaker output, or maybe add some acoustic treatment to that space. So that's a quick overview of Nureva's platform. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now and switch views to the live room that I'm in here. So one moment. All right, can everyone see me okay now in this room?
Yeah, we can see you, Andrea.
All right, awesome.
Very far away.
Yes, I am far away. I'll come closer. So the room I'm in right now that I've been using the HDL 300 system, it's on the wall here to my left. It's the white integrated microphone and speaker bar. And what it's doing is filling the space with the thousands of virtual microphones that I spoke about. So you can see right now I'm about 5 meters away from the bar, and it's still picking up my voice with that virtual microphone. I can even turn my back to the system and talk into a glass wall, and there's still that virtual microphone that picks me up. Just to give you an idea as well of the space I'm in, this room is about 8 meters by 6 meters, and you can see it as challenging. We do have glass walls along the side here, as well as the back, a large reflective surface table in the middle. Something you may also not see or hear is the HVAC that's running. So I'm actually in Calgary, Canada. You can see it's still dark outside. It's also minus 25 here. So we have the fans going to heat this room, and it's quite noisy. One feature we have is called intelligent sound targeting, and that's where any persistent noise, like fan noises, our system will eliminate those. So even though in this room I can hear the fan, it'll eliminate from the audio stream so that you on the remote side cannot hear that. A couple other things to mention is our position-based gain control. So with Nureva's audio systems, you have the flexibility to install the hardware on any wall, and you'll still get a consistent level of pickup regardless of where you are in relation to the system. So there may be some slight variations, but in general, my voice and volume should stay consistent regardless of where I am in relation to the system. So you don't need to worry about crowding around a table with tabletop mics to make sure you're picked up. Wherever you are, there's a virtual microphone that can hear you. So that's a quick demo of the system. It's what I was using earlier as well when I was sitting at my laptop. Maybe, Olivier, I'll ask if there's anything else you want me to show that I may have missed while I'm in this space.
Yeah, thank you, Andrea. It's really a great demo. You know, it's pretty challenging to cover large spaces with audio pickup and microphone. And the alternative of such solution is quite cumbersome. It's quite complex. You have to have DSPs, matrix, amplifiers, a lot of things to have a good pro audio. And here, what I really like with Nueva is just it's a USB microphone. Okay, so you connect it directly to your Zoom room or to your other equipment, and it just works. So we really love this this solution.
Great, thank you so much.
Okay, so I think we are now in the final stage of this webinar, and we're still opening for question. Actually, we have a question for you, Andrea. Is how many HDL can we connect in one room?
So right now there is the ability to connect two systems, our dual HDL300, and I'll show you right now on video. This is our Connect module. So if you wanted to have two systems to get more coverage, so kind of 9 by 15 meters, all you would need to do is plug a second speaker bar in to the RJ45. So that's all you need. So it's two systems, and then you get the full coverage for those larger spaces.
Okay. Just to be more, to be even more specific, the two units are connected to the control modules, but from the control modules to the PC, it's a USB cable. So that this is why it is so simple to use.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Very well. And how do you? So we've talked a lot of Zoom. Of course, we are Zoom lover here. But yes. What about other platform? What about Teams?
Yeah, so Nueva is Microsoft Teams certified. We were the first integrated microphone and speaker bar to be certified for those medium and large spaces with Microsoft Teams. We do have an extensive ecosystem as well, certifications and compatibilities. We know we're not the only technology in a meeting room. If you check out our support site, you can see all the different solutions we integrate with in terms of camera tracking or room control systems. We do have that as a big focus for our audio products. Okay.
So last thing, we have Thierry asking, we receive a note that that there was a promotion going on with the HDL300. So
yeah, maybe I'll pass that to you, Olivier.
Okay, yes. So what Nueva came up with this idea of providing one unit at 50% off to try to let people test and people really include their solution with Nueva and to discover this technology. So if you have a project or for your company, there is still a promotion going on for another week or so. So you can purchase your first HDL300 at 50% off. So let us know, okay? I think that's it. We are getting to an end. So thank you very much for today. You can reach out to us by email. You'll see on the screen our email. And by the end of this webinar, you'll get an email with all our contacts details and the recording as well. So feel free to pass it to your colleagues. Our next webinar is right around the corner, so stay tuned. And we'd like to thank you, Andrea, and thank you, Poliana, as well. Thank you, Yael, our translator, and thank you all for joining. We will see you next time. Bye.
Thank you so much.